If you're making under $250,000, the best investment you can make is in yourself.
Where were you before you joined Client Capital?
I was working just a generic full-time job, but I always knew I didn't like the sort of 9 to 5.
What was that one thing that made you think, do you know what? This life isn't for me. I want to try something new.
It sort of woke me up joining Client Capital. I run a lead generation company doing 7K per month. It is hard at the beginning, but you just have to put the effort in, and the more effort you're going to put in, the more rewards you're going to get, right? You need to put yourself out of that comfort zone to be where you want to be.
So today we are here with Nick, who is one of our star students inside Client Capital. Nick, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nick. I run a lead generation company doing 7K per month, and I've been in Client Capital for just over a year and a half now.
Fantastic. So you say you're now at £7,000 a month. Where were you before you joined Client Capital?
So before I joined Client Capital, I was working a generic full-time job, but I always knew I didn't like the sort of 9 to 5. I was just going between jobs. Once I didn't like it, I just left and found a new one. And then it sort of woke me up joining Client Capital.
So I guess before you joined Client Capital then, obviously you were working a full-time job. What was that one thing that made you think, do you know what? This life isn't for me. I want to try something new.
When you once in a while you may be 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late and you got the manager down your throat.
Yeah, so just kind of having someone like managing you. No, 100%. I think that's like such a common thing for people who obviously, you know, are in a situation where they're fed up with their job and they do want that change. So that makes a lot of sense, bro. So what made you decide to join Client Capital then?
Well, I came across obviously Dan and Yuzub, and once I had a conversation, I always had it back in my mind I wanted to do something, but it sort of gave me that spark in a way to just go for it.
Yeah. What was that spark?
Just the vision, like seeing obviously you guys have done it and other people. So if it wasn't now, I was just going to be in the same situation.
100%. So obviously you were working this full-time job, right? Now, a lot of people who obviously watch these videos and are interested in joining Client Capital think that it's very hard to start something on the side whilst working a full-time job. Like, what would you say to that person?
It is hard at the beginning, but you just have to put the effort in, and the more effort you're going to put in, the more rewards you're going to get. So whether you're working full-time 9 to 5 in UK hours, you can target US or even still UK after you finish work, or even if you work a US job, just target UK and for the whole morning.
You know, like obviously when you were looking at leaving your job and trying to start something new, why was it that the agency model was that one thing where you thought, do you know what, this is for me, this is what I want to do? Why didn't you look at something else?
Well, I mean, I've looked at things in the past, like e-commerce is one thing. It just never interested me. I was never interested in like product or anything like that, and I just really enjoyed sort of working with potential clients and building that, in a way, friendship with your clients and helping them as well reach their goals. There's nothing better than getting a testimonial back saying you've helped them do this and transform their business.
So you know that decision you made to actually start an agency, was that before joining Client Capital, or was that when you started seeing what Client Capital was about?
Probably when I saw what Client Capital was about. I knew I wanted to do something on my own, but I just didn't know what. I looked at e-commerce, I was just never interested, but when I saw the agency model, that was like, that would be something I'm interested in.
See, that's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they first look at trying to, you know, start something online, they think they need to know something before joining a program like Client Capital, and it's just not the case. Obviously, we help all sorts of people who are just beginning, people who are just, you know, at 3-4 clients, maybe even people at 10K a month. We've helped people scale from that position as well. So it's completely understandable that people think that before they actually want to go ahead with a program, but the truth is you don't need to, right? But that's really good. So obviously you've been in Client Capital for a long time now. You're one of the OGs, Nick. What do you think is the best thing about Client Capital?
Probably the support and the networking you can have. Loads of different people in there do different things, so everybody can help you with something, right? Whether that's a new software, system, platform that you want to need help with, there's always someone there, and there's always support from obviously people inside as well.
And when you say support, what do you mean? Like how do you feel like there's a lot of support inside Client Capital?
Yeah, from obviously the weekly calls, the group calls, and also you can just pop a message in one of the group channels, and then someone will get back to you that is knowledgeable in that area.
And with the network, have you like made a lot of connections inside there with a lot of people?
Yeah, especially with the meetups. I met some good people, jumped on calls with people as well, and we just helped each other out really to grow.
And if I said to you, what was the one thing about Client Capital that's probably been the strongest thing that's helped you get to where you are today, what would that one thing be?
Probably the videos has helped a lot, like knowing learn how to.
The video is interesting. Everyone normally says the networking group.
The video is a lot because a lot of people start without knowing anything at all. So it guides you in the right way. But also the networking is massive. When you jump on calls with someone when you're not really knowledgeable in something, they will open your eyes up to a whole different avenue with that specific thing.
100%. And obviously you're now at £7,000 a month. You're killing it. What are your goals moving forward? What do you want to do?
I mean, my goal ultimately is to keep growing and growing and growing, hire a few people so I can sort of start managing the business.
Nice.
But obviously that's still sort of not right now. I enjoy the closing and I enjoy the fulfillment. But my goal is to start obviously getting payments in full, like done for you services, like 3 months, 6 months pay in full. Then you can grow a lot quicker that way as well.
So obviously you're looking to get to a position where, you know, you've got people that you've hired, you're just kind of managing the business as such. But right now, what does your day-to-day look like?
Yeah, so in the business, I want to get my calendar full as much as possible, right? That's where the sort of money's going to come in. And so I'm trying to book myself up as much as possible. So I mainly work with obviously the US market. Mainly the mornings is sort of the fulfillments side of things. What do I need to set up? But mainly from early afternoon UK time to all the way up to like 10 p.m. Probably trying to obviously get on as many sales calls as possible.
Nice.
Try and put myself up.
Getting a cash in, Nick. No, that's really good. So what would you say to someone who is on the fence about joining Client Capital, or they're unsure as to whether the agency model is for them?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, you're never going to know till you try it, right? And I always say you have to invest in yourself. And someone made a good quote: if you're making under $250,000, the best investment you can make is in yourself.
So Nick, I've got one last question for you. If you could say one thing to the people watching this success story right now, what would it be?
Yeah, I would say is take that jump. Right, you need to put yourself out of that comfort zone to be where you want to be, right? And invest in yourself.
So Nick, I think we'll call it there.
Yeah.
Congratulations on obviously being at £7,000 a month. When can we expect the £10,000 a month?
Well, it's Q4 now, so it's always obviously a good time of year. So probably before Christmas, but hopefully if not, the new year. Obviously that's a good...
November it is then. November it is.